Good afternoon. It is January the 1st, 2026. I thought I would start the year with a podcast. So first off, I just would like to wish everyone a happy new year. I hope 2026 is filled with health, happiness, wealth, and or health, wealth and happiness, and that everyone has a fantastic year. There may be a little bit shaken because this table is a bit wobbly, as you can see. So when I lean on it or when I move, it tends to wobble a little bit. I will do the best I can, but this is not professional. This is just me sitting in the kitchen while James is playing on the Xbox and the children are upstairs and doing a little podcast. So it's just going to be, I don't know, I'm going to do finished objects. I'm only doing what I finished in December. It's been a while since my previous podcast, but I'm only doing what I finished in December. And I've just realised I am missing 2 items. I'll talk about them and then maybe put a picture of them up here. They're only 2 small items, they're the same thing, just I made a pair for Amelia and for me. Then I'll talk about my whips and then my acquisitions, because I got gifted a reasonable amount of yarn for Christmas from James. And then...
Reasonable?
Yeah, reasonable. He spent a fair amount of money on me for Christmas. There was a sale and he said I could have that, and then we went to a yarn shop about 4 days before Christmas and saw some really beautiful yarn, and he also gifted me that. So I've been very spoiled this year. He also bought me some books for Christmas, so I've been extremely spoiled this year.
That's better.
But that's a reasonable amount of yarn. It's a lot of money, but it's a reasonable stash. And then I'm going to talk about my plans for 2026, which I have planned out the whole year. Whether I stick to that plan, this is me. I tend to get distracted. I've also forgotten to write this down, so I just pushed that over there. It's fine. So let's start. So for finished objects, I haven't woven in the ends for this, but I have a scarf. And it's lovely. This is for Amelia. As you can see, I made a mistake. There's one very thin chunk. But other than that, it's great. I was really tired and I miscounted how many repeats I'd done, because it is I believe it's a 4-row repeat. So this is called The Pink Panther by Gretchen. I can't read my own writing. Ceule, I think it says. And I made it in sort of like a pink sparkly yarn. I haven't got the band for the yarn, so I can't remember what it is. All I know is that I've got 2 balls of yellow, like this, but yellow, which I'm going to make myself a pink panther with. Obviously it's not going to be pink, but I don't really wear a lot of pink, whereas Amelia loves pink. So there's that. The second is a sweater vest or slip over for one of my sons. Yes, it is very big. He likes everything oversized. So he loves this. He has worn it. And it's just my design. I haven't followed a pattern or anything. Literally just chained. It's done in 2 separate pieces. And I've chained an amount to do like the back, which is just straight, and then done a bit of shaping for armholes and shoulders. And then I've done the same for the front, but obviously I've done a V-neck on there. So I've done, like, at the same time as doing the armhole shaping, I've done the V-neck shaping along the front, and then I've done front post, back post, American double crochet. And this is American terms, US terms, half double crochet and double front post, back post double crochet for the ribbing. And I've done a couple of rows, I think 2 rows around the neck and the armholes, and 3 rows around the bottom. And yeah, he loves it. And I apologise but I can't find the rest of the ball of yarn or the yarn ball band. But it was one of the big 400 grams of Aran weight yarn, and it was yellow tweed or something like that. I just can't remember. So apologies for that. Doing very well today. And then I have made a sweater vest or slipover for my daughter. Again, it's exactly the same as my son's one, but it's smaller because she likes her stuff a bit more fitted, and she's very slender. So this is a bit big, but she's very happy with it. She really loves it. And again, I've done the same thing. I have chained a set amount of chains. I can't remember off the top of my head. Then I've done so many inches, and then done a little bit of shaping for the armholes, and again the v-neck. I think I may have started the v-neck a little bit higher, I'm not sure, can't remember. And then again, front post, back post, double crochets around the neck, the armholes and the bottom ribbing. So she is extremely happy with it, and I would like to make myself one and my older son one. So that is it for now. And the yarn I used for that, actually, because I have it, is Baby Cakes Blanket in a Ball Aran 300 shade 5. So this is it. I have another ball and a half, I think, or 2 balls and a half of this that I am planning on either making myself a sweater vest with or making my daughter a full sweater with. We'll see. So that is the finished objects. I also made 2 pairs, so I've got a really itchy nose now, 2 pairs of fingerless gloves called Dog Walk Fingerless Mittens by Karousel Knitting. Mine were made with Hobie Halloween Tea Time yarn, and I made some for Amelia in James C. Brett Twinkle, their lilac one, but I can't find them. They're here somewhere. They've been used. They've been well used. They are used regularly. So that is it. For my whips, I have a cardigan vest for me, which is, hang on, because I'm just doing the armhole ribbing and whatnot. So this is it. There we go. Can't really see it very well. So it has this yarn, which yarn in my mouth, fluff in my mouth, which is Hobie Halloween Tea Time yarn, but I don't know what shade it was, and that's in this bit. And then because I didn't have enough for a whole garment, I have added in rows or blocks of New Fashion Double Knitting by Woolcraft, which is acrylic. They're both acrylic yarns. Acrylic is in my price range at the minute. More expensive yarns, quite rightly more expensive, nice natural fibres, hand dyed, and that aren't really in my budget at this moment in time. I am looking at them and really wanting them, but I just cannot afford it yet. Eventually. So this is it so far. So I've done like a big block in the middle of this tea time, and then like the top is the black, down a couple of rows in the bottom, and then the ribbing is going to be front post, back post. So this is all half double crochet with a 4.5mm hook, and then the ribbing is front post, back post, double crochet. It's in black, so it's hard to see. With the 4.5mm. I know you're supposed to drop down for ribbing, but I don't like doing that. I like having it the same. So that's just my personal preference there. So that is my first whip. My second whip is a triangle shawl. So I have a big monstrosity triangle shawl. If James might be my little helper and bring it over, please. My big shawl. It's over there. Yeah. And this is just made from odds and ends and bits. It's big, and I know people like to wear them like that, but I love to sit there. So I'm at that age where I have hot flushes, so I like to have stuff that I can just take on and off. So when I'm cold, I also have Raynaud's, so I get I have problems sort of with my fingers and toes sometimes, but when I get a bit cold or a bit chilly, I just pop this over. This is really big, and it's just sort of odds and ends, and it is so warm and snuggly, and I just sit there and my arms are free, I've got nothing, and then if I get too hot I can just pop it off again, and that is what I need. Now I only have one of these, so I started a few days ago, I started another one which is here, and this again is another Hobie Halloween Tea Time. I really like this yarn, but my skin's not a massive fan of having it against it, so having it as a shawl or like the little cardigan vest or a slip over or sweater vest is ideal because it's over another layer and it's very, very warm. So I have started that with this. I don't have the shade, the shades are just numbers anyway, but this is the ball. One ball is not going to do a whole shawl, so obviously I've got this left, and I also have a couple of other balls of different dye lots, different shades and dye lots of Tea Time. So I think I'm just going to combine all of these and make a big monstrosity shawl out of these. The tutorial I followed was on YouTube, and I'm sure it's Hooked by Robbing. Sure it was. If not, I will amend it, but I do like the Hooked by Robin tutorials anyway. I have done quite a few of theirs. So yeah, that's my second whip, and that is made with a 4mm hook, crochet hook, and those are US terms, double crochet. I know I'm from the UK, but I find US terms easier to follow with crochet. That's just how it is. I think that's just how I work. So there's that. I'm going to take it off because I'm getting a bit warm again, because I was silly and forgot to turn the heating off during the night. So we've been slowly baking in the house until I realised actually the radiator is really hot. We're having quite a mild December here. It's not very hot. It's not very cold. It's definitely not very hot, but it's not very cold either yet. We don't really get our really cold weather till sort of the end of January, beginning of February, do we? Yep. That's when we sort of get snow and ice and whatnot. So that is... Oh. Yeah, we're just on the edge of it, aren't we? Yeah. We get quite mild on the Norfolk coast. We get quite mild weather. But we are just on the edge of a yellow weather warning for snow over the weekend. So I'm hoping we get some snow. That would be lovely. The kids would love it. So that's my second whip. And then I've got my third whip here, which is my father-in-law's, James's dad's, Christmas present that's not finished because I was really sick throughout the entirety of December. I got the flu, and followed by another virus, which I don't know what it was, but that was really nasty. That caused a lot of neurological symptoms. I felt like my skin all over my body had been scalded, and it was painful to move and knit and everything. So this would have been ready by Christmas Day if I hadn't gotten sick. So we've got the back panel and the front panel. I'm doing the armhole shaping on the front, and then it's going to be a v-neck. So this is a men's v-neck sweater by Cygnet Yarns Ltd, but I'm not using the recommended yarn. I am using New Fashion Double Knitting by Woolcraft. Again, it's 100% acrylic. Again, it was in my price range, so this is what I could afford. I'm not a fan of the pattern. I'm just not a big fan of the pattern. I don't know why. I just not a fan of it. And it's taking a very long time, probably because it's on 4mm needles. But usually that works up really quickly. I don't know why. It's just taking forever. Probably because I'm doing back and forth, so I'm knitting and purling, and I'm a bit slower with my purls. So that's the third whip, and I do have another one, and I've just dropped the ball of yarn. Hang on, there we go. Don't knock the camera over. I forgot to write down what this was, so I will write it in. But this is a sweater vest for my oldest son. I've knitted it. I started doing a crocheted one. What have I done there? Oh, there was a knot. Manufacturer's knot. I wanted it done for his birthday, which is tomorrow, but it's not going to be finished. He knows though, and he's fine with that. He's quite happy with that. And it's a bottom up in the round sweater vest, and I forgot what the pattern is called, so I do apologise. I will write it on the screen. and you'll know what it is. So those are all my whips. I do have more whips, but they're sort of on the back burner. I think I've got a Paige shawl, and a Ruth shawl, and another cardigan for me. Oh yeah, I didn't follow a pattern for my cardigan, by the way, and I'm doing another one in Pebbles yarn, which is really pretty, lots of oranges, so I'm going to do orange and black, but that'll probably be on my next podcast because I want to get these done first. So that is it for whips and finished objects, and then we've got acquisitions. So I am going to get the acquisitions out of the bag off camera. There'll be lots of crackles and crinkles, and then I will come back on and show you. And I'm back. So I will start off with the ones from Hobie. Hobie had a sale. I think it was the Black Friday sale, wasn't it?
Yep.
Yeah, Black Friday sale. So these are all my gifted yarns that James bought me for Christmas. So to start off with, we have Hobie Silly Socks Disco in the colourway number 8. Nice neon green with little, it's sort of two different shades of neon green, if you can see it. It's got a little halo, and they're 75% wool and 25% polyamide. Super fine, and it's 100 grams, 400 meters. He also got me Silly Socks Disco colourway, or colour 7, which is pink and like an orangey pink there. And again, they are 75% wool and 25% polyamide, and super fine, 400 meters to 100 grams. It's mainly sock yarn, but there are some others. So we've got sock yarn Mars, 75% wool, 25 polyamide, in the colour FV02. A lot of this said it's been discontinued as well, which is why I wanted to get some. Then we've got sock yarn Jupiter, 75% wool, 25% polyamide. This is Mayflower, colour FV02. Well, it says both are FV02, different lots, 1993 and 405. So we've got that one. It's lovely colours there. Then we have another Jupiter and FV01. So nice greys and a little bit of blue. Then we have another Jupiter, and this is sort of like a teal and blue colour there. These are very, very pretty yarns. Then we've got another Jupiter in the same grey. And then we've got Venus, which is, and they're all the same composition. So there, got that. Absolutely love these. And then we've got another Mars in sort of greens and oranges and that. So I love all the different colours. I think they're great. And then I've got some Hobie Friends sock wool, which is again 75-25, super fine. And this is sort of like, it's got my hair in it. It's grey. And then we've got a purple in the same. We've got purple, nice dark purple. And then we've got a really dark blue, almost black colour, but it's showing up black, but it's not quite black. It's like really, really dark blue. And then we've got the last three from Hobie. We've got Hobie Universe XL, and this is 100%, oh no, 98% acrylic and 2% polyester, and it's really nice and soft. I love it. And I really do like the Universe XL. I tend to get the Halloween ones, but I want to get all of them because I want a hat in every colour. And we've got another one, XL, in these colours. The colours are absolutely gorgeous. And then we've got another one, and it's really brightly coloured. I just love the colours. I love the colours. So that is all from Hobie. And then just before Christmas, I went in to get some yarn to do a present for my dad and one for my mum. And they had some new yarn in there. And I just couldn't leave it alone. I was completely obsessed with it from the offset. There are other colourways which I will be getting, but we've got King Cole Firefly Aran, it says. But it doesn't, I don't know, it's so soft, but look at that shimmer. It is absolutely stunning. So I have 3 balls in the purple. It's called Violet Drop Wing. So I have 3 balls in that, and look at it. It is so beautiful. If I could do heart eyes or star eyes right now, I would. It is stunning, and it looks like it'd be quite like rough, but it is soft, and I mean soft, and I love it. So James bought me these, and he also bought me this colour, which is the green one. Again, it's called Mayfly, and he said, I'll buy you the purple ones and the green one, and you can make me a hat in the green one. So James is getting a hat in this one. They're just stunning. They do have some other colours as well, so I am going to go back, and oh, it's so squishy and lovely. And I think it's 35% acrylic, 65 polyester. I think that's why it's so soft. I'm going to get the others, and it wasn't overly expensive, was it, James?
Yep.
Not, was it like £6 a ball?
Something like that.
So it wasn't. Oh, it might have been £5. Might have been £5 a ball. It wasn't overly a massive amount. And it's 100 grams, you get 200 meters in a 100 gram ball. So it's stunning, and I want every shade. This is going to be a shawl of some description. I've not decided what shawl yet, but that is going to be a shawl, and this is going to be a hat. So I have lots of yarn to be working with this year, and I am intending to work from my stash as much as I can, because I have so much in my yarn stash. It has gotten really out of hand. There's big storage bags under the bed and covering half of the bedroom, and we have like a small walk-in wardrobe which just has yarn in it. So I need to use up some of the stash, because we don't have a lot of space in our house, especially for yarn. As much as I would like to fill the entire house with yarn, I also like to have books, physical books. So, and we don't have the space for all of that. I am intending to set up like a craft room in the garden, get a craft room built, but we're saving up for that, so that I can have that all out there, so it's not taking up the space in the house, because our house is quite small. And there are 5 of us with things. We all have a collection of some description. I have 2, but we all have a collection of some description. So I've got a child that collects Lego. I've got another child that collects, well, she collects everything. The only one that doesn't really collect is one of my sons, because he collects tech. So if he could have all the games consoles, I think he would have a room just full of games consoles. But at the minute, that's not in our price range. He is diligently saving up his pocket money so that he can have more games consoles and more games to play. But we all collect something, don't we, James?
Yep.
All of us. I collect books. My daughter collects books and stuffies and makeup and clothes and everything, and then my son, he mainly collects Legos and cars, one of them, the youngest son, and then the other one is just tech. So we don't have a lot of space, and sort of my yarn is taking up more than one room, and so are my books. So we need to make it a bit more fair and have a bit more space for other people's things as well. James likes to collect sand timers, hourglasses, and we haven't, up until now, we've not displayed them because they are incredibly breakable, and the kids up until now have not been old enough to have them out on display, so we're going to start displaying them. So we're making space for them. James also has a book collection and a games collection, and well, there's something else that you collect. Pokemon. He collects Pokemon, but they don't take up much space. And skulls. You have skulls, don't you?
Yeah. Well, I used to.
Not real skulls. We're not collecting humans that I know of. So we're trying to set up space everywhere to have things on display and to have it a bit more homely. But I would like to use up some of my stash until I get my crafting room outside. I say outside, it's not outside in the open, it's going to be a building. But until I have that, I need to limit how much space I'm taking up with my yarn. And this is not something that James has told me I have to do, or the kids. This is something that I have decided so there is enough space for James's things that he likes, because none of his stuff is out. So yeah, that is the plan in the upcoming year, is to work as much from my stash as I can. I will tidy this away and I'll come back on and talk to you about my plans for 2026. And I'm back. So I'm just going to talk to you about my plans for 2026. I've set up a little project planner. It's not very aesthetically pleasing because I don't really do that, but I've planned it out for projects for a month, each month by month projects. So I'll just talk to you about January's at the minute. In January, I would like to finish the whips that I've got going. They're not there, I put them over there. I'd like to finish the whips. Also, I want to knit 1 pair of socks a month. So January will be a pair of socks for me. And my intention is to knit it from the Hobie Halloween sock wool, which I bought. This one was from last year, I believe. Not last year, year before, 2024, I believe. It may have been 2025. So Halloween sock wool from Hobie, 75% wool, 25% polyamide, 420 meters to 100 grams, and it recommends to use a 3mm needle. I will probably drop it down to a 2.5. So that's that. Then I want to do my dad's sweater vest. My dad loves 2 colours. He loves green, any shade, and he loves bright in your face orange. Now I had a choice for my dad's Christmas present, and I could choose the green or I could choose the bright orange, and my mum does not like orange. So of course I chose the orange, this bright orange. Patterns, Pato Everyday DK, and this is 100% acrylic. It's shade 995 orange. And I do believe it's 100% acrylic. Yes, it is. Now I have been working with this because I did start it in December, and I started a crochet sweater vest, and I did not like how it was coming up. And my dad prefers knitted stuff anyway, so I spent yesterday ripping it all out. I was about three quarters of the way. I've ripped it all out. It's all done. It's all ripped out. It's done. So I'm going to start it again. I'm going to do the See My Vest Chunky by Emily Boulduan, and I'm going to hold 2 DKs together if I can get gauged that way. If not, I'll have to reassess, but we'll see what happens. So he will like that. He'll like a sweater vest, I hope. And that is the plan with this nice bright yarn. I also am going to make the Angelica cardigan for my mum. Again, this was supposed to be a Christmas present, but it's got started later because I was sick all through December. Excuse me, I was really ill. I just downed a drink and now it's just like sitting there. So I'm making the Angelica cardigan, Rachel Counts, for my mum in Stylecraft Special Aran with Wool. It is a what weight is 400 grams, which is 816 meters. It says to use a 5mm needle or a 5mm hook. It's a crochet pattern, so I'll be using a hook, obviously, and probably 5mm, but we'll see what the pattern says to use. And this is the colour is Kemp, it's called 3229 Kemp, and it's sort of like a cream with like brown and black bits in it, for want of a better description. It's a little bit tweedy. It's lovely. It's absolutely lovely, and that is the sort of colour. I've checked it with Mum. That is the sort of colour that Mum likes. So I'm hoping to get the cardigan out of one ball, but I have bought 2 balls just in case. If I have enough left over, I will probably make a hat or a small scarf to give to Mum as well. Mum doesn't really wear hats very much, but she keeps telling me her ears are cold. So she might, if I make her one, she might wear it. If not, she will give it to my dad, who will wear a hat. So that's that one. The next project planned for January, and I probably won't finish these all in January. I am not a machine. I'm not a machine. But my next project is the Salty Days sweater by Kutovakika. And this is the yarn that I'm going to be using. It's obviously not the recommended yarn. I don't think any of these patterns had acrylic yarn recommended for them. But that is what I can afford. So that is what I am going to knit with. And I'm not going to feel bad about it. So this is New Fashion Double Knitting by Woolcraft. I'm not a big fan of this yarn. I bought this in a big pack that has 10 balls, 10 100-gram balls in it. It wasn't very expensive at all. And I do find that they usually have quite a few manufacturers knots in, which is a bit of an inconvenience, but we can work with that. So, and I'm planning to fully vlog doing the Salty Days sweater and probably a couple of the other ones. In this colour, shade 240, and it says Saxa on it, but I don't know if they all say Saxa on it. Hang on. Let me just have a look, because I have the same here. No, they don't all say it on it. So I'm guessing that is the colour. And you get 300 metres per 100 grams. So I have more balls than I need. So I'm hoping I have enough to make something else with, because I really, really like this colour. This is such a lovely colour. I think it's like periwinkle blue or something. I love it. Love it. That's all needs to be said. I've also finished my cardigans on there, because I have several cardigans, but I'm probably not going to finish them, but I will probably make some progress, and you might see another one in the next podcast. And I'm sure that vest cardigan is going to be finished. And then I've got Crochet Basic Sweater Vest by Viv Crochets, and this is for my daughter, and this is the colour. It's like a mustard yellow, but as you can see, I've been pulling at it. I made something else out of it. What did I make out of it? Maybe a hat. But there is enough here for her, because it's the smallest size. It's still going to be a bit too big for her, but that's what she wants, and that's the colour. So it's like a mustard yellow. She'll be happy with that. So those are my plans for January, and I am planning to do another video today of me casting on my projects for January. Hopefully, if I have time. My throat's starting to feel a bit croaky because I've spoken for ages. If you have bared with me for this whole thing and you are still here, thank you for watching. And I'm planning to do a podcast a month with a couple of vlogs interspersed between that, and some book videos as well, book content as well. That is my plan. You know what they say about plans. They don't always go according to plan, do they? So that is it for now. I've planned, so I've got quite a few bits in January, but for the rest of the year, each month is roughly 4 projects. Yeah, they're all 4 projects except for January, because I've got some December stuff that I want to crack on with as well, because they need to be being done. So I think that is everything. Thank you for watching, and I do appreciate it. I appreciate it. I hope everyone has a very, very good new year, and 2026 is brilliant for them. And I will be back with another video soon. If you like this video, like, subscribe, comment, interact in whatever way you want, and I will see you again soon. Bye.